Hi, Linda. How you doing? Okay, so I have you up here, and let me see. I just wanted to get oh, there we go. Okay, full page. All right. So you have your logo, and I think the first thing I want to mention is that this is really small, and also when we zoom in, we can see that it almost it's pretty clear. I, I guess I was really close before. And then when you really get in there, where did it go? You can see it's pixelated pretty badly. So think about that now, and that brings just this question, and I have to ask. I just need to make sure that this is your work. Um, I don't know if I don't think we've seen this logo or this mark before, and that's the reason I'm asking. I'm not insinuating anything. I just want to make sure that that's your mark. And the reason I want to make sure is because what we need to do is we need to take this mark here and really associate it with your name. And I don't think we're doing that on this page because the word portfolio is in between, separating the two. I suggest creating a logo, either LK with your mark, or Linda Calamar Design, somehow working the mark in. Do you see what I'm saying? And you don't have to say portfolio. I mean, pretty much everybody knows what they're going to be looking at when they begin to view your portfolio. So let's move on to the next page. And then now, and this page, you're just going with that mark, and it's so small, it's almost like you're timid about showing your mark. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, that's why I want you to work that in, your name in with the mark, so that you can, or a monogram, so that you can use it in conjunction with this mark here. Okay. So moving forward, I want to take a look at this. Is really a great page setup, because I'm going through my page right here. I'm scrolling through the pages and nothing up here is changing. And that's what you want. Excellent job. Good job putting that together. And then you have your work area. It's kind of changing a little bit in each. If you just look at that outer area, as you can see, it kind of changes. Well, I'm going the wrong way. It kind of changes around a little bit. See, from that page to that page, you see how that corner jumps. Try to keep those as consistent as possible. I also think this is taking up too much real estate up top here. See how it's forcing everything down, almost a third down the page before you can start presenting your work. So rethink that whole relationship up there. What you're doing is awesome. I just think rethink the composition. And then the background pages, I think, are coming along really well. And I'll talk about the other stuff in 1 second. Now, if you're going to go to this alternative layout here, where you go, okay, all of a sudden, I'm going to go from this playing field that I've established to this one, make sure that you establish a vertical playing field, so to speak, imaginary playing field, and use it more than once in your work. Do you see what I'm saying? Over here is what you've done. That's good. And here you've broken the grid. That's awesome. This page is set up beautifully. And I really think these 3 card series is set up beautifully. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of a problem with this. I'm going to talk about, well, I don't. I think it's lovely, but it's not meeting the requirements. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. First, let's go through the individual work. Your first web design, I don't think that this is a good representative piece for your portfolio. I really don't. There's just too much white space. It just doesn't look, it's not convincing me, if I'm an employer, that you know what you're doing based on this page. And that's what you're supposed to be doing in a portfolio, right? So I suggest replacing this with 3 pages of this site. This site is designed gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So can you get 2 extra pages of this and then get rid of this and then just create a banner, a web banner? A web banner is simple to create. It takes minutes. And if you're not sure how to do it, just please let me know. I can give you some really great resources to get you up and running in no time on that. Okay, so do you have 3 pages of this? That would be excellent. I really think even if you don't have 3 pages, I think it would be better to show 1 page of this beautifully designed web page here, as opposed to 4 or 5 pages of this, kind of average kind of, pedestrian approach to web design, as it were. And I don't mean that as an insult. I'm just saying it's probably not something that someone's going to look at in a portfolio and say, hey, wow, that is really gorgeous. Do you see what I'm saying? I hope you understand. So packaging design, this is great. This is really great. Yeah, there's this thing called now you started it right here. There's a thing called a production file, and if you look that up, you can see, and it will include your cut lines and your fold lines, and some of them should be presented in red instead of this pink. Your cut lines always present. Look that up and see, and you'll see how this would look on the sheet as if it were ready to be trimmed. And you might want to consider presenting it like that. It would just show a little bit more of a knowledge of production. This is good. This is good. I like the way this is assembled. I really do. But why these big fat boxes around everything? You don't need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these images. I mean, we kind of get it after the second image. So why don't you just show this beautiful shot here as your main attraction, and then maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 of these. I don't even know. Maybe just 2. But don't show them with these fat boxes. I mean, that takes too much attention and chops everything up. Publication design, this won't work because it's not multi-page. And if we jump back to, the only way I can really do this is just go right back to assignment 3, and we look at publication design, and it has to be an annual report or some other multi-page editorial design, publication design, cover table, table of contents, and at least one spread, or a digital grid system. That would be a tablet, like a 11 by 17 newsletter or something. But and the idea is to show a grid and a continuous flow of editorial text. So that you're going to have to get together. Okay, if you have any questions on that, again, get with me. And don't get me wrong on this card. This is lovely. And this right here, this would be what I was talking about, both your production file, and you have your fold lines and your cut lines. Look those up and see how those are actually presented in a production file. Oh, but you can use this as an elective, but it's not really publication design. So, and then that's awesome. That's really great. I love this package. This is cool. Wouldn't this be this is a package, right? It's a greeting card packaging. Yeah, so you have this really cool. This could be part of another page of packaging too, as well. Since you can't use this as publication, might as well use this as packaging, right? Heck yeah, that would be awesome. Very cool. Or you could even use this whole thing here as part of a process book to get to this final deliverable. Do you see what I'm saying? So you have some possibilities. So all is definitely not lost. But anyways, I didn't mean to take this long, but I just wanted to make sure that I covered everything adequately. So if you have any questions, just please contact me. Okay, thanks.